The movie kicks off in a lively nightclub. The manager is hyping up the crowd while, in a private room, a man named King is buried in his work. Outside, a group of gangsters watches the club closely. Then, a woman named Anna walks in. Her presence instantly draws attention, especially from the hired killers. They report her to their boss, Burke, who immediately orders them to take out both King and Anna. Why? Because an old officer might spill dangerous secrets. Inside, Anna meets King, who reveals he's ex-FBI, once investigating financial crimes. Now, he's on a personal mission to find a family linked to an old photo, a task given to him by the father of the man in the picture. Anna isn't impressed. She's an assassin, not a detective. He insists this case is different. It's connected to a strange syndrome that erases people's memories. Anna knows about the condition, but brushes him off, thinking he's just wasting her time. Suddenly, King spots the gangsters moving in. He tells Anna to run while he slips into the restroom. The thugs storm in, but King takes them all down. Outside, Anna's already gone, until Burke's sniper Tom spots her. As King exits, he sees Anna has handled more attackers. But then, bam, Tom shoots King dead. The next day, Mary, King's former colleague, gets the news. At the morgue, she confirms his body and learns he listed her as his emergency contact. When she visits his rented home, she finds walls covered in research. Among the notes, one name stands out: Christian Wolff, aka Chris the accountant. Chris is hiding in a small town, working with his close friend Justine. By day, he crunches numbers for dangerous criminals. By night, he's at a matchmaking event, surrounded by women thanks to hacking the app to match their interests. But despite the attention, he still sleeps in his truck, surrounded by weapons and gear. Meanwhile, Burke runs a human trafficking ring disguised as a fish business. He's terrified of Anna. 3 years ago, she attacked him and his partners, but spared his life. Now, he wants her dead, along with the father of the man King was helping, Pablo's dad. Mary digs deeper, calling Chris's agency. Justine lies, saying no one named Christian works there. But secretly, she starts looking into Mary and King's files. Later, Mary finds a clue leading her to a damaged crime scene wall where she finally meets Chris. She takes him to King's place and shows him the research. Chris confirms King reached out to him. Working overnight, Chris deciphers King's notes. The man in the photo is Pablo, who lived near the Mexico border with his wife Dana. They were separated mysteriously, and Dana later worked in restaurants and factories. The boy in the photo? Likely their son, Alberto. Chris and Mary head to a suspicious factory, questioning the owner about Dana. He claims not to remember her until Chris calls him out on his fake accounting, accusing him of laundering money. When the owner gets aggressive, Chris effortlessly takes him down. Under pressure, the man admits he doesn't traffic girls himself. He sends them to someone named Mark. Mary reminds Chris she's with the FBI. They can't just torture people. Chris agrees but says he has a better plan. Meanwhile, Chris's brother, Brax, is seen charming a girl named Sonny, but something's wrong. She looks scared. Chris calls Brax for help, and despite their rocky past, Brax shows up. After dealing with some shady men at Sonny's place, he meets Chris and Mary. At a hotel, Brax sets up a meeting with 3 Mexican girls. Not for fun, but for info. When they hear Mark's name, 2 bolt in fear, but one agrees to help for cash. She calls Mark, luring him into a trap. Brax knocks him out, stuffing him into Mary's trunk. Mary's not happy about the illegal arrest, but takes him in. Meanwhile, Justine now runs a high-tech hacking hub staffed by brilliant kids. When Mary's team hits a dead end analyzing King's murder footage, Justine's crew steps in. They hack nearby cameras and spot Anna calmly walking away while everyone else panics. Using facial recognition, they track a girl who took a selfie near Anna. Hacking her Wi-Fi, they retrieve the photo, finally getting a clear look at Anna's face. But there's a problem. She doesn't exist in any database. No name, no records, just a trail of bodies. Brax recognizes the victims, all killed the same way. Mary realizes Brax is also a killer and storms off, refusing to work with him. Meanwhile, at Burke's hideout near Mexico, kidnapped children are held captive, including Alberto, Pablo's now-grown son. Mary interrogates Mark, who admits he bought Dana years ago. She escaped, was hospitalized, and vanished. Just as he's about to name his boss, bam! Tom snipes Mark and Mary's lawyer. Mary barely escapes. Justine finds no records of Anna, like she appeared out of nowhere. Chris shares this with Brax, and the brothers reconnect, joking about their different lives. At a club, Chris impresses a girl named Tina with his awkward but charming dance moves. Meanwhile, Mary uncovers the truth. Dana was attacked, lost her memory, had plastic surgery, and became Anna. After killing a guard, she vanished, now a deadly assassin. Justine confirms this through hacked footage. Brax discovers a hit has been placed on Mary but keeps it from Chris. Chris realizes Alberto is still alive, and King may have found him. When he sees the contract on Mary's life, he races to her house on his bike. Anna arrived first, attacking Mary. During the fight, Anna sees a family photo, flooded with memories of her past, her village destruction, and Burke killing her husband, Pavlo. Chris arrives, telling Anna her son is alive, but she's too hardened to listen. Chris rushes injured Mary to the hospital. Burke, panicking, orders Tom to kill the children at his hideout. Furious at Brax for hiding the hit, Chris confronts him, but they team up to save the kids. Justine tracks Burke's hideout. Chris and Brax ambush the guards, freeing the children despite bombs and gunfire. They chase Tom's escaping bus, gunning down his men. Chris, shaken but determined, kills Tom and comforts Alberto. Brax adopts a pet cat, finally content. Justine contacts Anna, exposing Burke's crimes. Anna hunts him down in a foreign location, ending him. A week later, Mary seizes Burke's assets and gathers evidence. In the final scene, she sits in Burke's chair, thanking Chris and Justine. Justine prepares a room for Alberto as Chris and Brax head to her headquarters, ready for whatever comes next.